Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Illustrator to create a branch full of cherries. You are going to need to open up your cherry project. We'll use those to add to the branch. Now go to File, New, choose Web, and the size is minimum. Over here for the title, I'm going to call it Cherry Branch, and I already have one, so I'm going to call it Cherry Branch 2, and click Create. So on the blank document, I'm going to select the pen tool, and from the Windows menu, I'm going to select swatches, and I'll just use this brown color right here. And then I'll click to bring my fill forward and set it to none. Now I'm going to just click one time without dragging to begin my line for my branch. And the branches come in all different shapes and sizes, so you can do a branch however you like. I'm going to do mine something like that. Now when I get to the end, notice that I still have a tail on here. So to get rid of that, what I need to do is just push Enter on the keyboard, and that stops it. Next thing I'm going to do is go over here to the Properties panel where it says Stroke, and I'm going to try size 40. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to convert this from a stroke into an object. I'm going to go to Object, Path, and Outline Stroke. Now watch what happens to the branch. So instead of having a line down the middle, now it has anchor points all around the edges. Now to give this more of a natural look, I'm going to go to Effect, Distort and Transform, Roughen. And the default is 5%. I'm going to change that to, I'm going to try 1%. And for this one, the detail, I'm going to try 2. And let's see what smooth looks like. And corner, I kind of like corner. So you can play around with these values until you like the way the branch looks. And if your changes don't show up, you might have to toggle this preview on and off in order to see what it looks like. Now I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go to my cherries document and select V on the keyboard, or select the selection tool, and I'm going to draw a selection around all of these cherry parts right here, and I'm going to, on the keyboard, Control or Command C to copy, go to my branch, and Control or Command V to paste. Now while this is still selected, I'm going to hold down Shift and grab the corner and make it the size that I want, something kind of like that. And maybe I'll have this bunch of cherries go here. And I'm going to hold down Alt and click and drag off a copy, and maybe I'll have these cherries be here. Okay, now I'm going to take this cherry just by clicking it. I'm going to move it up a little. I think I'm going to take this cherry, whoopsies, let me accidentally got in isolation mode, so let me go back. Click this cherry and maybe move it here. Now I'm going to get the direct selection tool, which is this white arrow here, and grab the end of the stem and drag that down. V on the keyboard to get back to the selection tool. This cherry, maybe I'll move it here. And this one, maybe I'll just make it a little bit closer. I think I like it kind of like that. And I think those stems look okay. Now the leaves, I'm just going to move the leaves up here out of the way for a minute. Okay, so this leaf here, when I click on it with the selection tool, I can hover the cursor around the outside corner and I get the bent arrow. That is the rotation arrow. So I can rotate this. Now hold down Shift and use the corner, and you can make the leaf whatever size you would like for it to be. Now this leaf, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, kind of a medium size, and tuck that in down here. I'm going to take this big leaf, hold down Alt to make a copy. Maybe I'll put that one kind of coming down here on this side. I think I'm going to make a hold down Alt, make a copy of this leaf, rotate it a bit. Maybe I'll have this one up here, something like that. I think I'll hold down Alt to make a copy of this, but I want to flip it, so I'm going to go to Object, Transform, Object, Transform, Reflect, and it's going to be vertical by 90 degrees, and then click OK. So I'm going to put this here, rotate it a little more. Seems a bit large, so I think I'll shrink it just a little bit. And you can have as many leaves as you want. I think I'm going to have at least one more large one, maybe right here, and I think I'm going to make this one really large. Something kind of like that. Okay, and I'd also like for the cherries to be under the branch, so I'm going to go over here to Layers and open up this little menu right here, and here's the branch. So I'm going to take the branch and drag it above the cherries. There you go. So now it looks like the stems are behind the branch. I also, let's see, so some of your leaves can be in front of the branch, some can be behind the branch. That makes it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Okay, so this one doesn't look right, so I'm going to grab this leaf and drag it above the branch. Yep, there we go. That looks pretty good. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit bigger and rotate it a little bit more. Okay, well, I might fuss with this a little bit more, but for now, I think that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and save my changes, and then I'll be ready for the next project. That's it, everyone. Have fun making your cherry branch.